Hi, it's been a very long time. My camera has been broken, but I finally found a way to sort of like fix it enough to work for my videos. So it glitches sometimes, but as long as I just cut out the glitches, I think I'll be fine. Yeah, I have missed so much since I've been gone, but can we just say Minecraft YouTubers are really taking a jump for the worst? It's always been a thing. Minecraft YouTubers this, Minecraft YouTubers that. They're either into kids or they're into violence, sometimes into both. Today we're gonna talk about one of the most beloved Minecraft YouTubers I've ever seen. He's been all over my For You page. Oh my god. I've seen him everywhere. Wilbur. I don't know if it's supposed to be like Soot or like... Yeah, I'm just gonna say Soot. And Wilbur has been accused of some very bad things, mostly by one of his ex-girlfriends. And now, before we get into this, please remember that, a lot of these are just alleged and we need to wait until there's proof. However, after Shelby said her story, he has not really come out with a proper response or apology or proof or address anything. In fact, what he had to say made it a little bit worse. And then right after that, there was another girl named Alice who came out to say more things about him. But you have to remember that at the end of the day, a lot of these are really just alleged. I don't really see much evidence. And I think we have all learned from the dream situation to be very cautious about allegations. So let's look at the main parts of Shelby's story, see what she has to say.
And speaking out about my bad experiences has never felt as important as it does right now.
Yo, matching headphones. Let's go. She's great.
The truth is, it was dangerous. He always cared more about how it looked, and that was really important, not what was true. When I hear about physical abuse, I think of hitting. I think of hitting and punching. So I thought that this wasn't violent enough to be abuse. I thought that it was just like a constant accident that he kept hurting me. But he's not hitting me. And it didn't start as something that he did to hurt me. He had this habit of biting, which is so weird to me now. But he said that he had this habit since he was a kid. And even his mom said that that was true. And he said it was just affectionate and that might have been... I think that might have been true maybe at the start, but I also feel that I have good reason to believe that every part of it was a lie, but that's just my personal opinion. And he wanted to make sure that I was okay with him biting me because he didn't want me to come back later and say that he abused me, which I thought was really weird considering he had never hurt me before.
I just want to make something clear. If you're with somebody that you call your partner and they accidentally hurt you, if they don't stop after the first time you tell them that they hurt you, you should automatically be cautious. And I know I'm not like bashing her saying, oh, she should have been cautious, she should have known. No, a lot of people don't. A lot of people just like take in the moment. They're like, oh, it was just an accident. It was just an accident. I'm just letting you know, as someone who's put up with a lot from different people, and a lot of it I regret putting up with. If they don't respect your boundaries and what you have to say and your opinion, like the first time you say it, you just need to put your foot down and say something. And if they're still proceeding even after you try to set more boundaries and really address it, then you just need to leave, especially in the beginning of a relationship, because that's when people are testing the waters and trying to find out like how much they can get away with. I'm not saying everyone's malicious, but some people.
I thought that it would only happen once. And he started biting me more and more over a period of time. So
that's what I'm saying. If you find yourself in this situation and they're biting more and more, or they're hurting you more and more, whatever way, you know that person's not going to respect you.
Sort of throughout the whole relationship, and accidents of him biting too hard and really hurting me happened more and more frequently. But he always seemed genuinely sorry, and he decided that he didn't want to keep accidentally hurting me. So we were going to use a safe word, so he could learn where my limit was, where my pain tolerance ended. And saying that out loud now doesn't sound like that's not very sound logic. But at the time, I thought he cared about not hurting me, and he disguised it as this really quirky part of our relationship and was so comfortable sharing it with his friends.
No! If I had a cannibal boyfriend who was trying to eat me, why would you share that with your friends? No, Batman couldn't get that info out of me. No, I literally just bit the actual skin off of my girlfriend. Yeah, no, you'll know. Yeah, insane, right?
No, I'm calling the police.
What?
That he would do it in front of them. He thought it was this really funny story to tell, and
calling the police.
And a good bit to take my arm and bite me in front of everybody until I literally shout in pain.
Oh, dudes, check this out. I'm about to actually hurt my girlfriend. Like, she'll be yelling in pain and be like, yo, that's so funny.
I didn't like it, and I tried telling him over and over again because he wasn't actually trying at all to not hurt me. But he said he would try at first. And then he started saying things like it was my pain tolerance that was too low, or I'm exaggerating how much it actually hurts. He's not even biting that hard. I'm being dramatic. But his biting escalated to a point where I was covered in bruises all over.
Jail. I don't care. Jail. Just jail.
And they hurt, and he would poke at them for fun.
He what? Okay, well, maybe I'll just set you on fire.
And he even felt so comfortable showing off my bruises that he had caused to our friends because he would bite me so hard by accident. By accident, he would...
Sorry, but if I were her friends, though, and I saw that, it's an instant DM. I'm texting you on Snapchat. I'm pulling you aside to talk to you in person. I'm gonna be on your case because I don't trust that at all. If one of my friends came up to me full of bruises and their boyfriend was like, yeah, look at these. The way that boyfriend wouldn't make it home. I'm just saying. Isn't that so funny, guys? It looks like I'm beating her up at home. Oh, so funny.
And it was in the last couple of months of the relationship that every time he bit me, it was until I needed to use this safe word. It had become his benchmark for when to stop. Only once I was definitely hurt, which meant I was being hurt every single day, multiple times a day, for all of the days that we spent together in person. And when I asked him to stop again, this time he said, this is who he is. He isn't going to change.
Okay. Well, I'm a psychotic killer. You can't change who I am. It's just who I am. You know who you are? A piece of...
Now at this point, weaponized the safe word and was using it to ensure that I was hurt and on a constant basis. And he wasn't sorry anymore.
You are so weird for that. Are you hurt yet? No? Okay. What's wrong with you?
I couldn't even tell you the last time he had apologized for doing it anymore because now sometimes he would bite me and I would yell out the safe word because it hurt so bad, and he'd clamp down even harder. And just for a second, just for good measure, before letting go. And sometimes I'd say the safe word and he'd grind his teeth down on my skin. And sometimes he'd smile after. Like a gloating grin. And during this time, I was filled with so much anxiety all the time that I was constantly nauseous, gagging daily, on occasion throwing up because of the pit that was in my stomach.
Throw up on his bed sheets. Throw up on his couch. Throw up everywhere. Leave.
I never told him about that, though. I was going and running away quietly to throw up in the toilet and rejoin our group of friends. But I felt so unwanted and ignored. And I would tell him that. And then he would reassure me that he wanted to be together and he loved me. He loved me more than I loved him even.
It sounds like love bombing to me. It sounds like love bombing. When somebody does something and disrespects your boundaries, like, over and over, and they don't want you to leave, though. So they'll randomly come up and be like, you're so great. I'm like, you're so awesome. I can't believe someone like you would ever want to be with someone like me. I know what love bombing is. I've been there. It's toxic because it's literally emotional manipulation, and only the most of immature people do that.
He would always insist that was true, like that I love you more, but he was like really serious about it. And looking back, I do believe that the way I was swept off my feet at the beginning of this relationship was 100% love bombing. And we were friends for a time. He lived in filth like I have never seen. And I've seen filth.
Because that's the make or break. Like, for me personally, hygiene is probably one of the biggest... It's probably one of my biggest needs if I were to ever be with someone. Hygiene. People who live in filth, especially, like, not messes, but, like, food messes. Absolutely not. The minute I would have stepped in his house, I would have been like, all right, well, it was nice knowing you. I'm moving on.
This was the worst. He would spill things on the floor and literally never clean them up. He got an ant infestation once, and wasn't going to do anything about it because he said, bugs are normal in British houses. So I had to buy ant killer, and he wouldn't clean his bathroom for months and months and months, but would constantly complain about how bad it smelled. And I would tell him that's mold. It's mold. He'd complain about being tired all the time too, which I don't know if that was a lie or not, but mold will do that too. But he would insist that it wasn't somehow, without having cleaned in months, but it's not mold. When I met him, he was washing his clothes without detergent.
How? Detergent is the washing part. You don't clean your dishes with just water. You need soap, right? Or, I don't know. If this stuff comes out to be true, I don't know if Wilbur would ever wash his dishes with soap. I don't know. So here's Wilbur's apology. In the past week, a series of allegations have been made over my conduct from an ex-girlfriend. I want to emphasize that although I feel it fair to offer my perspective, yapping. This whole thing in the beginning pretty much is mostly about him. It does sound a little selfish. He's pretty much saying, he's like talking about him, how much he's grown. It doesn't seem super defensive, but it just seems like not an apology. It seems like he's just giving up and allowing these accusations to take over. But then the rest of this note, pretty much, it's not even a letter, this is like a note, is about him and how he's growing and going to therapy to improve on this trajectory. Sir, what is this? You go to the next page. The allegations of abuse, particularly in the form of biting, deeply shocked me. He's pretty much saying he thought it was consensual because due to like messages and conversations that they had. Where are the messages? Where are they? He's not showing any of the messages. And he says, out of respect for her, I choose not to publish them. Well, what do you mean out of respect for her? Because clearly you didn't mind embarrassing her in front of all your friends. I'm not saying this is 100% true, but if you were accused of something this bad, wouldn't you want to defend yourself from this? You're gonna let your whole career tank for your ex? This is weird. It's weird. How in the world does this note address anything on what's going on? He pretty much said, no, that's not how I see it. You're like valid though, so like I'm not gonna give any evidence or anything. You're valid. That's just like, nah. She did react to the apology. I could not have imagined what I would wake up to today. My ex pretending he thought I enjoyed being hurt, and all of my friends immediately coming to my defense. The support has brought me back to tears. I don't even know what to say. I'll be back. I'll just be taking a little time. Clearly she's upset by what he said. Anyone would be. Anyone in their right mind would be. And then she said, and for the record, I don't accept the apology. Do I blame her at all? And there's also rumors about him firing his mods and getting rid of all of the mods that would like spread domestic abuse helplines or like awareness for it. And he's just like getting rid of everyone pretty much who supports her. It's kind of petty. Before I go, one more thing I want to say is that Dream himself actually came out with a response to Wilbur's behavior, pretty much holding him accountable and responding to his actions towards Shelby. And there's also speculation, this was a little far-fetched, that Wilbur might have even used AI for his apology note. Yeah, dude is totally cooked. Anyways, guys, let me know what you think about this. Let me know what you think about Wilbur. Do you think he's guilty? Do you think he's innocent based on like his reply and his apology? Are you with Shelby? Are you not with Shelby? Do you need more time to think about it? Who knows? Who knows? And it's only, what month is it? It's only March. It's so much has already gone down. I cannot wait. This year has been wild. So thank you so much for watching. If you like and subscribe, we should smooch. I know it's been a really long time, so my algorithm probably sucks right now. But yeah, I think you're really hot.